Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। हदीस चल रही थी कि आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हा फरमाती है कि नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम माशबिया ने फरमाया कि माशबिया रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम मिन खुब्ज़ शईरिन यौमैन मुताबिन हत्ता खुबिस। आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला ने फरमाती है कि हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने तमाम उम्र में अपनी वफ़ात तक कभी जौ की रोटी 2 दिन लगातार पेट भर कर नोश नहीं फरमाई। Aisha radiallahu ta'ala says that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam his entire life for 2 days on the trot, hatta qubid, until he passed away, he never ate any roti, khubz from sha'ir, from wheat, any fine flour for all that period of time. Yani the poverty of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In the explanation of this hadith, Hazrat Shaykhul Hadith Munzakir rahmatullah alayhi, he says कि हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का इशारा है कि कोई बर्तन भरने के एतबार से पेट से बुरा नहीं है। नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम said that there is no vessel thus worse to be filled to the full worse than the stomach. यानी जितना पेट का भरना बुरा है इतना किसी बर्तन का भरना बुरा नहीं है। In other words, how bad it is to fill a person's stomach, it's filling a vessel or a container is there's no container that's worse to be filled than the stomach. And then he says, और चूँकि मजबूरी है खाना ही पड़ता है. Why? And he says that because a person has to, and there's no escape from this, he has to eat. इसलिए 1/3 पेट खाने के लिए, 1/3 पीने के लिए और 1/3 सांस के लिए रखना चाहिए. And he says that because a person has to eat, then 1/3 should be kept for food, 1/3 of the stomach should be kept for water or liquids, and 1/3 should be kept for breathing. एक मरतबा हुज़ूर हज़रत फ़ातिमा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हा ने अर्ज़ किया. Once सैयदना फ़ातिमा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हा she asked, या रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, ओ प्रॉफेट सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, मैंने आज रोटी पकाई थी. Today I made chapati, I made roti. मेरे दिल ने बगैर आपके नोश फरमाए खाना गवारा न किया. I did not feel like eating it without you being present. नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम फरमाए कि 3 दिन के अंदर ये पहली चीज़ है जो तुम्हारे बाप के मुंह में जा रही है. The Prophet सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम said, this is the first thing within 3 days that's actually entering your father's mouth. यानी 3 दिन से कोई चीज़ खाने की नौबत नहीं आई. यानी for 3 days there's nothing that he had ate. हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का इरशाद है, नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम said कि दुनिया में जो लोग भूखे रहने वाले हैं, those that stay hungry in the dunya, आखिरत में वही लोग पेट भरने वाले हैं. Those are the people that shall eat to their full in the hereafter. हक़ ताला शानू को वो शख्स बहुत नापसंद है, और हक़ ताला शान को वो शख्स बहुत नापसंद है जो इतना खाए कि बदहज़मी हो जाए. And he says that Allah Almighty dislikes the person who eats so much that he's बदहज़मी, he's not able to digest the food. जो शख्स किसी ऐसी चीज़ के खाने को तर्क करे जिसको दिल चाहता है, इसके लिए जन्नत में दर्जे है. He says that the person who abandons eating something that his heart inclines towards eating, then for him is a lofty rank in Jannat. यानी जो शख्स किसी ऐसी चीज़ के खाने को तर्क करे, the person who leaves that food which he wants to eat, जिसको दिल चाहता है, इसके लिए जन्नत में दर्जे, for him is a lofty rank in Jannat. हज़रत उमर रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु का इरशाद है, हज़रत उमर रज़ियल्लाहु ताला says कि पेट भर कर खाने से एहतियात रखो. Be careful and cautious in eating to your full. यह ज़िंदगी में बारीपन का सबब है. This causes a person to become large inside his life. He becomes overweight. और मरने के वक्त गंदगी और अफूनत है. And that's the physical. As time gets on, it becomes difficult for him to function as a person, do the things that he needs to do. और मरने के वक्त गंदगी और अफूनत है. And at the time of death is a source of impurity and bad smells. Hazrat Shaqiq Balkhi rahmatullah alayhi का इरशाद है. Hazrat Shaqiq Balkhi rahmatullah alayhi, great pious man, he said कि इबादत एक पेशा है. That worship in itself is a job, it's a hobby, it's a job. जिसकी दुकान तन्हाई है. And he says that as a profession, ibadat is a profession. जिसकी दुकान तन्हाई है, and the workshop or the shop is tanhai, yani solitude. उसका आला जिससे पेशा किया जाए भूखा रहना है. And the tools with which this profession is carried out is staying hungry. हज़रत फुज़ैल रहमतुल्लाह अलैह अपने दिल से फरमाया करते थे, हज़रत फुज़ैल रहमतुल्लाह अलैह used to say to himself कि तू भूखा रहने से डरता है, you fear staying hungry, ये डरने की चीज़ नहीं है, it's not something to be feared of. तेरी क्या हकीकत है, what is your own reality. जब हुज़ूर अक़दस सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम सहाबा रिदवानुल्लाह अलैहिम अजमईन भूखे रह चुके हैं, what is your reality when it has been the case that Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, also remain hungry. हज़रत फुज़ैल रहमतुल्लाह अलैह ये भी कहा करते थे, he used to also say, या अल्लाह, ओ अल्लाह, तूने मुझे और मेरे अहलो याल को भूखा रखा, अंधेरी रातों में बगैर रोशनी के रखा, ये तो तू अपने नेक बंदों के साथ किया करता है. He says, oh Allah, you have kept me and my family and my children hungry. अंधेरी रातों में बगैर रोशनी के रखा है, in the darkness of the night you have kept me without a light. Yani the poverty was such that they didn't have the oil to burn in the lamp to keep their homes alight or radiant. ये तो तू अपने नेक बंदों के साथ किया करता है. This is what you do with your pious slaves. या अल्लाह तूने मुझे ये दौलत किस अमल पर अता फरमाई. Oh Allah, on account of which action have you given me this vast treasure. यानी इस पर ताज्जुब किया करते थे. यानी the meaning of this was that Hazrat Fuzail bin Ayaz rahmatullah alayhi, in spite of his poverty, he used to surprise, he used to be astonished by this, कि मैं अपने ख्याल के मुवाफिक नेक तो हूँ नहीं, that me myself I am not pious according to my own perception. फिर ये नेक लोगों का सा बर्ताव मेरे साथ किस अमल के सिला में है. So the way I'm being treated, the way the pious people are being treated, then why am I being treated like this? What is my action that I am being treated like this in this positive way? I mean, they embraced poverty rather than considering to be a negative. हज़रत कहमस रहमतुल्लाह अलैह फरमाया करते थे, हज़रत कहमस रहमतुल्लाह अलैह से, या अल्लाह तूने मुझे भूखा रखा है, ओ अल्लाह, you have kept me hungry. नंगा रखा है, you have kept me unclothed. अंधेरी रातों में बगैर चिराग के रखा, in the darkness of the night, in the dark nights you have kept me without a lamp. मैं तो उन एहसानात के काबिल न था, ये दर्जे किन चीज़ों की वजह से मुझे मिले. I was not worthy of these favors from you. So on account of which action of mine have you given me this lofty status? हज़रत फ़तह मूसली रहमतुल्लाह अलैह को जब कोई सख्त बीमारी लायक होती, when Hazrat Fatah Musali rahmatullah alayh used to be afflicted with a severe illness, या भूख की शिद्दत होती, or used to be feeling extremely hungry, तो कहते he used to say, या अल्लाह तूने मुझे भूखे और मर्ज में मुब्तला किया, oh Allah, you have involved me in hunger and you have afflicted me with illness, और ये तो इब्तिला अपने नेक बंदों को दिया करता है. And this difficulty that you're actually facing, you give to those pious slaves of yours. मैं किस नेक अमल से तेरे इस एहसान का शुक्र अदा करूँ, on account of which pious action can I do in order to thank you for this great favor. And you look at this, the mashayikh, when they're afflicted with a difficulty, if it's poverty, if it's food, if it's an illness, then they embrace the illness and they say that this is actually a favor from Allah Almighty. You know, they say it's a favor from Allah Almighty to raise my ranks. And what is my pious actions that you've actually given this? Completely, mindset was completely different. Malik bin Dinar rahmatullah alayhi ne Muhammad bin Wasi rahmatullah alayhi se kaha. Malik bin Dinar rahmatullah alayhi said to Muhammad bin Wasi rahmatullah alayhi, Bara Mubarak hai wo shakhs, blessed is the person, greatly blessed is that person jiske liye मामूली सी पैदावार ऐसी हो जिससे वो जिंदा रह सके. Great blessings, or greatly blessed is the person for who, you know, a very meager crops and a very meager salary, possibly you could say, ऐसी हो is such जिससे वो जिंदा रह सके, with which he is able to live his life. और लोगों से मांगने का मोहताज न हो, and he's not forced to ask for other people to assist him. And it's a great blessing in itself. But our situation is that we have one house, we want a second house. Our stomach doesn't become full. We want more and more and more. But what ni'mat that we have, we should do shukr for this. And the Shaykh Malik bin Dinar rahmatullah alayh, narrating Muhammad bin Wasi, says that greatly blessed is the person that just has enough to suffice. He doesn't need to ask anybody else. Muhammad bin Wasi rahmatullah alayhi ne farmaya, Muhammad bin Wasi rahmatullah alayhi says, Mubarak wo shakhs hai jo subah ko bhi bhooka rahe. Blessed is the person who is hungry in the morning. Sham ko bhi bhooka rahe. He's also hungry, he has nothing to eat in the evening. Aur us par bhi apne Rabb se razi rahe. And in spite of this, he remains razi. He remains happy and pleased with the condition in which his Lord has placed him in. Tawrat mein likha hai, in the book of Torah it's written, कि जब तू पेट भर कर खाना खाया करे, that when you eat to your full, तो भूखे आदमियों का भी दिल में ख्याल ले आया कर. Then also think about the hungry people at the same time. अबू सुलेमान रहमतुल्लाह अलैह कहते हैं कि मैं रात के खाने में से एक लुकमा कम खाऊं या मुझे सारी रात के जागने से ज़्यादा पसंद है. इनका ये भी अबू सुलेमान रहमतुल्लाह अलैह says कि मैं रात के खाने में से एक लुकमा कम खाऊं. That in the evening meal, if I was to eat a morsel less, ये मुझे सारी रात के जागने से ज़्यादा पसंद है. Is great, is more beloved to me than staying awake the entire night. इनका ये भी इरशाद है कि भूख अल्लाह का ऐसा खजाना है. He also said the hunger is a treasure of Allah Almighty. Such is the treasure of Allah Almighty जो अपने दोस्तों ही को देता है. That he only awards this gives this to his friends. हज़रत साल इब्न अब्दुल्लाह तुस्तरी रहमतुल्लाह अलैह मुसलसल 20-20 दिन से ज़्यादा भूखे गुजार देते थे. साल बिन अब्दुल्लाह तुस्तरी रहमतुल्लाह अलैह he says about him that he used to remain hungry for 20 days at a time. उनकी साल भर की गिज़ा की मीज़ान एक दिरहम यानी 3.5 आने 22 नई पैसे होती थी. And he says that his food, his consumption for the entire year would be equal to 1 dirham. And then as a Shaykh Rahmatullah alayhi, then he puts it into the money of that year in India, which is 3.5 आने यानी 3.5 आने, which is roughly around 22 नए पैसे. So according to the नए पैसे which came afterwards, is 22 नए पैसे. I don't know how much that is in pounds and pence. ये भूखे रहने की तरगीब दिया करते. He used to also encourage people to remain hungry. यहाँ तक कहा करते थे to such an extent that he used to say कि ज़रूरत से ज़ायद खाना छोड़ने के बराबर कोई भी नेक अमल नहीं. That to abandon eating more than what a person needs is not equal to any pious action. And it's a great pious action in itself. इसलिए कि हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का यही इत्तिबा है. Why? This was the way of the Prophet सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम. उनका ये भी इरशाद है. He used to also say कि हिकमत और इल्म भूखे रहने में है. That wisdom and knowledge lies in remaining hungry. और जहल और गुनाह पेट भर कर खाने में मरकूज है. And ignorance and sin, it's focused on eating to your full. उनका ये भी इरशाद है. He used to say कि आदमी अब्दाल में से नहीं हो सकता. A person cannot be from the अब्दाल जब तक भूखा रहने और चुप रहने और रातों को जागने का आदी न हो. Until he becomes habituated to remain hungry, to remain silent and to stay awake during the nights. और तन्हाई को पसंद न करता हो, and at the same time he doesn't like and prefer remaining alone and in solitude. उनका ये भी इरशाद है. He also used to say कि जो शख्स भूखा रहता है, the person who remains hungry, उसको वसवसे कम आया करते हैं. Then waswasa, whisperings of the shaitan and his nafs, they decreases for the person. The person remains hungry, then the waswasa also decreases. Abdul Wahid bin Zayd रहमतुल्लाह अलैह कसम खाकर फरमाया करते थे. Abdul Wahid bin Zayd रहमतुल्लाह अलैह to swear, take an oath and say कि अल्लाह ताला शानो किसी शख्स की सफाई बगैर भूखा रहने के नहीं करते. That Allah Almighty doesn't cleanse a person without making him hungry. और इसकी वजह से बुजुर्ग पानी पर चला करते थे. And it's because of this that the mashayikh used to continue their days with just on water. इसकी वजह से उनको तय्युल अर्द हासिल होता है. And he used to also say that by remaining hungry and sacrifice and going through the riyadat, they will also get the blessings of tayul ard, and the ability, a karamat, with which they're able to traverse long paths, long distances that would take 2-3 days, maybe a week, a month or 2 months. They could do it in a matter of minutes, a matter of seconds, a matter of hours. Tayul ard. This was the favor that they'd be given. तय्युल अर्द बुजुर्गों की एक खास रफ्तार का नाम है जिसकी वजह से चंद कदम में हज़ारों मील तय कर लेते. The Shaykh then explains it thereafter. After that, Imam Ghazali रहमतुल्लाह अलैह फरमाते कि भूखे रहने में 10 फ़ायदे हासिल होते हैं. Imam Ghazali रहमतुल्लाह अलैह says there are 10 blessings, 10 benefits of remaining hungry. And inshallah we'll start on the 10 benefits of Imam Ghazali on remaining hungry next week. Inshallah, do a bit of zikr now. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. So inshallah we have a zikr majlis that takes place on a weekly basis. It's a very short zikr majlis, an ijtimai targhibi zikr majlis. One tasbih of la ilaha illallah, one tasbih of illallah, and one tasbih of Allah. This is separate to the zikr that the mashayikh, the person who is bait to, gives him. But the person if you're bait to a sheikh, carry out your own dhikr. If you're not bait to a sheikh, then you can participate in this just for this majlis itself. And to begin with, just read a few Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Qul Huwallahu Ahad, and do Isal Sawab to the Mashaykh of the Tariqat, inshallah. And then we'll begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul Huwallahu Ahad. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله تبارك وتعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وأزواجه وأتباعه وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. لا إله إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا الله. سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفينا وسندنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله illallah, 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 ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah, 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 La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وشفينا وسندنا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Jazakallah. Inshallah we carry on next week. Jazakallah khair.